Here we are.
Yay! I know you've been waiting all day to see us. I get it. It's exciting.
On the edge of your seat.
Yes, indeed. All right. So we wanted to answer a few questions now that we've been on the road for about 2 weeks. And I know that's just like so much time to have gained all this experience and knowledge, so we just figured we would share that with you.
We know everything now.
Yeah, right. All right. So I'm going to go through the questions and we'll take turns leading off answering them. So I'm going to start with a question from Jenny. Are you guys towing a vehicle to get around places when you're parked? We have talked about this and are unsure if it's necessary or just have some bikes. So Chris?
Well, we decided just to go with bikes because we're only going to be out for a few months this first time around, and we'll get a pretty good idea of what we wanted and didn't want. And we didn't really think that we were going to end up in any big cities where we'd have trouble finding parking. So yes, we just brought bikes with us and put them on the back and lock them up all tight.
Yeah. So we pretty much have used them twice. Once was to go to the library in Winchester because my insurance needed me to print out some papers, and I did not have a printer with me because that seemed annoying and pointless. And then also we went to the grocery store when we were at a park. So they've been convenient and helpful, but definitely we haven't felt the regret yet of not having a vehicle. So we'll get back to you on that and let you know if anything's changed. But
Next question.
all right. Travelazos say, I want to hear about water supply, washing dishes, and showering. So I guess I'll lead off. So we have a 70-gallon freshwater tank. We made it about a week before we got into a park, so to be fair, I don't really know. I think we still had half a tank left at that point, which is really awesome. We're using way less water than we thought we would. When we do cook with stuff though, like when we're making oatmeal and pasta and all that, we do have fresh water that we bring of our own. We have like 2 5-gallon jugs of fresh water, and we usually have that for like about a week. That'll last us. But as far as like the tanks and the water at that and the showering, surprisingly lasting a lot longer than I thought they would. Gray water is about half that size with the tank, but it does not seem to fill up as quickly. I don't know, maybe we're doing something terribly wrong.
Or our sensors off.
Yeah, that could be too. I'll let you know when the sink's back up because that's probably what's happening.
We've emptied it some,
Yeah.
so we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We did get a different shower head, the Oxygenetics,
No, Oxygenics, I think. Body spa.
whatever they call it.
It basically like creates pressure in the water and it helps the water last longer. It doesn't go through like, what do we have, a 5-gallon hot water tank?
Yes.
Yes, he was brave enough to go in first and take a lovely chilly shower while it warmed up. And by the time I got in, it was scalding hot. So that was interesting. But we both felt way better after showering, so it was worth all of the pain, and it just felt awesome to be like, oh, we can go shower in our RV wherever we are. And not have to go to the campground showers, which is also an option, but usually not preferred by me anyway. So.
Question number 3.
Yes. Gina wants to know, how long are you planning on staying in Florida? Are you working your way around the state? And which way are you traveling after Florida? That is where you still are, right? Is that where we are?
Well, Gina, we are still in Florida, but probably only for maybe another night or two. We're heading up towards Alabama, Mississippi, and I think we're going to head across that way. I have some relatives over in Texas that I think we're trying to make it to this round. So, yes, we are mostly done in Florida at this point with our wonderful view of the bay.
Yes, definitely. And we got really lucky with some of our camping situations. The first time we drove into a park just going to like explore it, and they're like, oh, are you here to camp? And we're like, I don't know, are we? And then we drove around and looked at all the spots, and we found a really sweet spot at Big Lagoon, and so we stayed there a couple nights. And then we were desperately looking online for somewhere to go next, because once we've been in a park and you have to go back to Walmart parking lots, it's not quite as nice. So we ended up finding one spot in front of the water for 3 nights at St. Andrews, and we were pretty lucky to find that. So that's where we are right now. I'm getting ready to head out tomorrow. Zeldeb asks, how is Keeping Connected working? Right now, it's fantastic because AT&T just rolled out, unrolled, whatever.
Unfurled, whatever you'd like to call it.
The unlimited plan, which is not truly unlimited, but it feels unlimited because you get 22 gigs per device, and then they just do network maintenance, I think.
It's only if the network is congested on the cell towers will you get slowed down after the 22 gigabytes.
So it's basically unlimited, and we've been able to hotspot from our phones and use it on the iPad and whatnot. So that's been good, which is how we're doing this video right now and how we're going to upload it. So that's pretty exciting. And thanks to Technomadia for keeping us in tune with all of that. They have a whole site for RVers and getting connected on the internet, I guess. guess, mobile internet. And thanks to them, we found it this Thursday, and it's fantastic. So, Kyla wants to know, was it difficult minimizing your belongings to fit into the RV, and how has it been living without those things?
I would say the transition has actually been pretty easy because we moved out of our apartment and went into a bedroom at her brother's house and his wife, and they've been very gracious enough to let us stay there for around 2 months. Was it
Something like that. Yep.
2 months? And I don't know, everything got downsized then, and the transition in was pretty easy, and we were able to store some things that weren't unnecessary for this leg of the journey. So I would say that it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we condensed our lives down to maybe like a dozen containers before then, and then we moved maybe half of that stuff in. It was like even the day, I think there were like 2 or 3 days that we were trying to pack up, and we thought we were like ready to go, and then we kept being like, no, this is just too much stuff, like we don't need all this, so I just kept putting more and more in a bin. And I think I'm interested to see when we get back if I even remember what I had packed away, other than like some of the sentimental items. But it has been a process, and it is hard to let go of something when you're like, oh, but I could use this, and I don't want to replace it. But at this point, like, we haven't missed anything. We literally have like one pot that we use for everything. Yeah, I don't even know. We make pasta and tacos and like, I don't know, nothing probably gourmet yet. We'll get there. But yeah, we haven't missed anything. I'm like looking around at our sink.
See what we have over there.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'd be curious to talk more about the minimalizing thing. It's been a process, and I definitely encourage you to follow The Minimalist online, and they really got me on track with thinking about how to let go of things, and like I think it's like the 20 rule or something. I'm saying it all wrong and botching it, but basically if it takes less than 20 minutes to replace or under $20, something like that, it's probably something you can let go of. It's not gonna be a big deal, and you can replace it if you really need it that badly. Yeah. So no, it was not hard. I love living in a little space. It takes no time at all to clean. It's really weird. In an RV, the floor gets dirty all the time. Like, we don't even wear our shoes in here. We take them off, and every day it's just like coated in some kind of dust and dirt. But it takes like 2 seconds to clean up, and the bathroom takes 2 seconds, and pretty much I love it. And I could totally do this for a long time, living in a small space. Oh yes. Mother Hobbleston would like to know, how are the forks working? I know the silver fork is much more durable to get the job done, but the plastic is less mess, and I feel a little more hygienic. Well, Mother Hobbleston, you are not wrong that the plastic forks are more hygienic. So there's a little context for that question. This is actually my cousin asking this. RV toilets, things don't always go to plan. Sometimes awkward things happen, sometimes things back up. But not for us, because we have a composting toilet. Woohoo! Exactly. Best investment we ever made. It doesn't stink. It doesn't have, I don't even know, like, it doesn't even feel like, it feels like part of the family. Like, he just sits there, kind of does his job, doesn't make a fuss, not hard to clean. I don't know. We pretty much love having it. Basically, we have the Airhead, I guess it's like a urine diverting toilet, I guess you would call it. And separates the fluids and the solids, so there's never any sewage. And one of us can go in there, turn on the fan, light a candle.
Monkey fart scented.
That's what it's called, strawberry banana. And literally someone can walk out and you never know that anybody had been in there. Like, there's no smell at all. If anybody has been in an RV long enough, they know that RV toilets always end up smelling. And you can just, yeah, it's just gross. And you can go at home, you can walk into the bathroom, walk out after somebody else, or walk in after somebody else, and it's kind of sometimes like, oh, that's awful, it's disgusting. This toilet is just like a miracle. No stench, no smell. I'll let you know how it is when we have to actually empty the solids tank. That'll be interesting. That might be its own video. But other than that,
you don't want to see that.
No, you don't want to actually see it, but you might want to. You might want to watch my reaction when I see it getting done. So, yeah. So I think that covers it for now. Sorry if there's just kind of brushed over some of those things. If we didn't explain anything properly, or you have more questions, or I missed your question because you decided to post after I post this, which would really stink, just ask on Instagram and I'll get back to you and answer that. So, yep, that's it for now. Maybe one day I'll get fancy and do little titles and slides and theme music, but I don't feel like doing that right now, so this is what you're getting. Alright, signing off.
See you later.
Bye.